The Department of National Planning and Monitoring is promoting a new development concept called STARS. It's to do with responsible and sustainable development where social, economic, and environmental considerations play central. Jay Habakia reports.
A Policy Awareness and Development Cooperation Symposium was held in the Madang province last week to highlight and clarify some of these new development guidelines. The idea was to get key implementers such as governors, provincial administrators, and other third-level officials who are directly involved in carrying out government directives and implementations on the ground. Planning and Monitoring Minister Charles Abel explained to NBC TV the ideologies behind the Act and the new policy guidelines. He pointed out the fact that all these are aimed at delivering services to the people in a more sustainable manner, with key areas such as environment given higher considerations.
When a government comes in, through the Department of Planning and consultation process, it formulates its own 5-year plan with its own priorities, but they are still linked to the Constitution through STARS.
May change, but
the detailed priorities
follows the same.
Correct. But we're saying that it must be based on the constitutional principles of sovereignty and self-reliance and respect for the environment and Papua New Guinea ways and sustainable, responsible development. Principles have to still be there, but a government might come and prioritize slightly differently certain things. That's their policy right.
The first Assistant Secretary for the Policy Division, Christine Aisoli, provided the rationale for the review in the new Planning and Monitoring Act. She said this is part of the Alotau Accord, where an initial decision was approved to adopt the responsible sustainable development as the guiding principles for the review.
As part of the process in reviewing the medium-term development plan, there was this NEC decision that approved the adoption of the responsible sustainable development as the guiding principles for the review. So the department came up with reviewing a number of areas. It started off with the review of the Constitution itself, looking at the guiding principles and directives. It also looked at the history of development planning in PNG.
The current drivers of growth in the country are not sustainable, according to one of the presentations during the symposium. Officer in charge Rose Raka Koyama stated that STARS elevates strategic assets as drivers of growth in the new responsible economy. She highlighted the fact that STARS builds on our strategic assets to put PNG in a comparative advantageous position globally.
And as I've been continuously alluding to, it introduces a new development paradigm in terms of how we develop our country. The STARS describes a new development roadmap that is holistic, responsible, and strategically positions Papua New Guinea in the changing world. So now, Papua New Guinea has something to offer to the world. The STARS is also different in that it is aimed at building a new economy based on our strategic assets and a managed population growth where the population is stabilized and manageable.
The Planning and Monitoring Act 2016 establishes 3 national frameworks, these being the National Planning Framework, the National Service Delivery Framework, and the Medium-Term Development Plan, Monitoring and Evaluation Frameworks. Key partners such as the Asian Development Bank are assisting the government to deliver many large national projects in the country.
Jayab Akia, ending this edition of PNG Tonight, the NBC TV's current affairs program. Thank you for watching. We'll have for you another edition at the same time tomorrow night. I'm John Higgins. Good night.